Okay, everybody, so welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace, and welcome back to A Tiny Revolution, which is our brand new community for authors, artists, makers, marketers, coaches, consultants, teachers, trainers, anyone who wants to create tiny products for a living that make a big impact in 2022. So I just added a quick PDF workflow to your course contents, and I'm just going to cover it really quickly. It's a very simple process for adding an NFT membership to your community. So the steps are outlined here, and step one is I actually covered in fairly intricate detail in this video, which is embedded in the PDF, so you can listen to that here. But you want to go to inloop.to, which will allow you to create a membership style NFT, which will gate your community with whatever benefits or features or access elements you're going to be offering your community, your members. Step two, you're going to create a membership NFT, and you're going to confer a whole series of benefits to the folks who sign up. So you can actually see the NFT here that we created. It's just a ticket. It's not really the when you think of NFTs that are sort of art, or it's just a all access pass, which is numbered. It's so each ticket is exclusive to one person, and you can create this. I created this animated image that we can use to actually promote the ticket on our content, on our social media, etc., etc. See if I can get out of that. And just some basic ideas around organizing this for yourself. You want to create a membership level. Obviously, InLoop only offers right now one membership level, but they're going to be offering multiple additional membership levels down the road, or at least that's what they're promising. But the key is to think small, but series or scale. So just start with something simple. Don't let the perfect become the enemy of achievement. In other words, don't think you need 4 access levels to get this thing off the ground. Just start with one, right? You're going to make this the ticket or the pass to your universe or your community. You want to organize this by cohort, or at least this is what I'm thinking or I'm doing. And again, I'm willing to make a ton of mistakes on the way here. So, I'm just kind of winging this with some other folks, and we're just trying to organize our best thinking into a into a sequence that works for us at this stage. Right? Think about multiple levels to your membership: time, value, and access. So that's again what I'm bringing to this right now. Time. So we're cohorting all this. So cohort number 1 will be the first 6 months or the first year. Value, what folks are getting per that initial time period, per that initial access point, and or per that initial value proposition. And access, which is the various kind of areas of the universe that we're creating, or community that folks will have access to by dint of purchasing this first NFT. And again, like I said before, don't make perfection the enemy of progress. Don't overthink it. Just start. I think for so many of us, we try to choreograph the perfect community, the perfect launch, to get all these moving parts in place before we actually get off the ground. That's a mistake. Just get your ideas out to the world. 2022 is going to be a great year for all of us, and I really believe that it will favor, and the fortune that will come with that will favor the folks who move quickly, not who move perfectly. All right, step number 3 is you will obviously need to protect. You need a community, community software as a service, SaaS, an LMS or a learning management system, or CMS, a content management system. So just pick one that works best. I sort of made a little joke here about not using too many acronyms, because I find myself throwing around these terms, and people are like, what the fuck does that mean? What is it, a CMS versus an LMS versus a SaaS? So, simply pick a community software that works best for you, I think Circle is actually ideal for something like this because it allows you to focus on all of this stuff, the content, the community, the marketing, the outreach, the offers, all of those things. You should be really occupying most of your attention, your entrepreneurial attention, rather than trying to pick the perfect platform to launch on. Circle's affordable. It's not perfect. It's not the, it's not going to do everything that you want to do, but it's easily accessible. You can start for free. They have a 14-day trial. You can get all this. And again, InLoop is free, by the way. They just take a percentage of your transaction. So essentially, you can get an NFT membership site up today with no out-of-pocket expense. Circle gives you 14 days to try them. As I mentioned in the video or the audio that you have access to in the PDFs, we're actually using a different community building software, as a service, a different community platform for our launch of what we're building with the Tiny Revolution. But that's only because I have access to a beta product that's not publicly available that I like just a little bit more than Circle for our particular use case. But for most folks watching this, something like Circle is ideal, and I do think it's better than using like WordPress or BuddyPress or certainly Mighty Networks or those kinds of solutions, simply because it's managed, right? So it's a managed platform. You don't have to worry about things going down or plugins breaking or any of that sort of stuff. It just works, and if it doesn't work, you have this huge community of other Circle users, circlers as they're referred to, that are also having the same problem. And there's you're not like left to your own devices to figure out why the BuddyPress plugin that you're using is not playing well with the other BuddyPress plugin, or why your WordPress WooCommerce installation went down, etc. Right? So stick with the, where possible, outsource the easy stuff. And in this case, for most of us, Circle makes this easy. We are also using Circle on a couple other communities. I have lots of clients now, or subscribers anyway, who are using Circle with a lot of enjoyment and some success. So I recommend Circle highly. All right, and as I said here, don't overthink this. I mean, simply, think about adding value with your time. Think about building the underlying asset, your community, rather than trying to master the art of creating NFTs. I mean, I see a lot of people, in my community, in my orbit, especially myself, including myself, spending a lot of our time thinking about NFTs and all the different applications and software and tools and tech and all that sort of stuff, the art of it all, the excitement of it all, and that's great, but that's not ultimately where your attention at this, or at least my attention at this stage, should be pointed. I mean, I want to really be thinking about the stuff that I'm really good at, which is content, community, communication, motivating people, exciting people, and turning strangers into subscribers and subscribers into sales, right? You want to think about your, using your ideas as the lever by which you create value for your, your community, your membership, etc., rather than all of the esoteric ways that an NFT can be monetized. I mean, that is a pretty, a deep rabbit hole that I don't think your time is best spent exploring or excavating. All right. And again, this is also important. It's just another way of saying what I've said already, which is don't try to choreograph the quintessential launch or community at this stage. You can always tweak and critique and optimize and improve and iterate on whatever doesn't go right and make it better later. Again, all these things I'm guilty of as well. So when I advise others not to make perfection or not to pursue perfection with this sort of stuff, rather just to prioritize speed and progress, I really think that's the best advice for myself as well. So I'm often just talking to me when I tell this to you. teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to join a tiny revolution, we have a whole, just a ton of stuff that I'm going to be sharing in 2002, specifically for creators, authors, artists, makers, marketers, really people who want ethical, easy, fun, exciting ways of turning their passion into products and their products into profit. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful day.